thank you for taking the time to come out. I came through last week and met with the Democratic Central Committee and spoke with them. And I'm not someone that's not been to Forrest City before. I was born over here on the banks of the San Francisco River, right out of Mariana.
All right.
There was 7 of us children, all of us delivered by midwife. Mom and dad never went to school a day in their life, so I know what it's like. I sure do. And when we moved off the banks of the San Francisco River, we really moved uptown. We moved to Elaine. Out of the County's Crossing, right other side of town there.
Yeah.
And then we moved out to Earl Wells Plantation. My dad, even though he couldn't read and write, he was a great mechanic. And he worked on all those old tractors and stuff and kept going out there. And us kids worked in the fields out there and tried to make ends meet. And somehow we did, thank goodness. And then my mom was always a proponent of education. And she said, if you can get that education, son, nobody's going to take it away from you. You need that. And so that's what I did. I was the first one ever to graduate from high school in my family. And then went on to graduate and get 3 college degrees. So I worked hard, and I'm proud of that and proud of where I came from. Not ashamed to say I picked cotton, plowed mules, and chunked beans. But I need y'all's help, because you can send me to Washington. I know how it is. I know what folks need down here. They're still living, just like I said, a lot of them living on that old riverbank and working hard and don't have anything and need health insurance and need help and need some programs to help them.
Yeah.
And I will do everything I can do to make sure that happens. And I told folks the other day that it'd be like a scrappy dog. I'm gonna grab them by the leg and just hold on and bite them and shake them until I can get their attention to what we need down here.
Sure, you're right.
And I told the group the other night that if that didn't work, I was going to grab him in the butt. Hang on. My wife said I shouldn't be saying that.
Make it real. Make it real. Make it real.
You're going to have to grab him somewhere else. But I will work hard for the people in the Delta. I will work hard. As Miss Betty says, we don't need to let this seat go Republican, because if we do, y'all know what they're going to do is they're not going to look out for the common man and common person out here as much as a good Democrat will. And I've been there, done that, and I will take care of people and work to make sure that we get the programs and things we need here in the Delta. And jobs, very important. Of course, along with that, and I mentioned it the other night, is education and jobs go hand in hand. So we need to make sure we're putting money into education. I know y'all have some good colleges out here that and Vo-Tech schools to do programs to attract industry and try to get jobs back here in the Delta. When I was living out of Helena, back then there was some work to be done. I mean, there was like a Mohawk factory and the Helena Chemical and the Frolic plant and all kinds of stuff, and all that's gone. And people have moved out of this area, and we need to turn that around and have this a place where people want to move back and get jobs and raise families and just have a good living, have a good life. So if you send me to Washington, I promise that I will work hard to try to see that we do that. And with that, I'm going to say God bless you and thank you very much, and I'll stay around to answer any questions and talk with anybody that wants to talk. We've got to be at West Memphis at about 5:30.
I will ask you one more time.
Yes, ma'am.
When we call, if May Phillips over there needs something, and she comes to me and I call you, will you answer?
Yes, I will. I will.
And I know you can't just drop what you're doing, because I've been up there. I know a little bit about it. But if you'll just have somebody call that person back and let them know you're trying to help them, that's all that you're about.
I will do my very best to do that. I have tried to do that as a state representative, and I've tried to help my constituents. If I get a call from them, I will do everything I can do to help them. If I can't help them, I'll tell them I can't help them. But at least I will try to get something done. And a lot of times I've been able to cut the red tape and get through and help them. And that's been the most rewarding part of my job.